She said the quote, "From the bottom of my heart, I mean it. I will not let you fail. But if you fail, it's your fault." Tell me that is not the most toxic, manipulative sentence you've ever heard. Hi everyone, I'm Andrew and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here or you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe down below and look out for my weekly videos. There is a new one every single Tuesday. So, I got so many comments and private messages about my previous video I did, which was all about the truth behind the MLM business model and some of the false claims that they tell you about being able to work from your phone and make an amazing livable salary and be your own boss, and how easy it is to sell these products and make money. And there were so many of you that commented and wanted to know more, or actually just sent me clips of some of the MLMs that are out there in force trying to recruit people at the moment. So I wanted to take it a step further in this video, and I wanted to kind of like step by step go through and debunk kind of the typical recruitment messages that a lot of these MLM distributors actually post on their social media stories. So whether they're in Arbonne, whether they're in Beachbody, whether they're in Monat, they are kind of posting these stories hoping that you message them, whether you're a family member or a friend or someone in their network, so they can actually manipulate you into joining their team and boosting them up in these kind of pyramid-like structures. Because if you're like not familiar with MLM, please check out my video that I previously did. I'll have that pop up here. But just a brief recap, they can only make a livable salary, or essentially earn the money that they promise by, like, you know, working from anywhere in the world and making a six-figure salary. They can only earn that by recruiting people underneath them, and they need you to sign up on their team, which boosts them up, which means they get more commissions from the sales that you make. So grab your tea, grab your coffee, and let's react to this MLM recruitment video that was posted to social media and see why she wants you to join her company and leave your current job. Crazy. Okay, so first off, as we watch this video together, I just want to say that I am blurring this woman's face. I do not at all condone sending any hate or negativity towards her. She is definitely not the problem. She is just part of a predatory business model that forces her, or forces others like her, to go and recruit other people so they can actually make a livable salary. So I do not blame her, but having said that, she actually does regurgitate a lot of the talking points that some of these MLMs love to claim to kind of like manipulate or convince people to join their teams. And so I want to go through that step by step, and let's see what she says, see if she contradicts herself, and see if all of the facts that she say are actually true. Let's watch.
Arbonne kind of fell into my lap at the perfect time, and I am so proud of myself for even just taking a second, you know, to even look into it a little bit, because it piqued my interest, which I know if it piqued my interest, it has to be piquing lots of your interest, right? But there's that like negative umbrella over it. So I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm not going to tell anyone I'm looking into this, but I'm going to look into it. And I did, and I'm so thankful I did, because you guys, Arbonne is, I don't even like to consider it network marketing just because it has such a negative stigma around it. Arbonne is truly a gift. It is a gift. It has answered every single one of my prayers. It has brought me everything that I've ever asked for. Financial freedom, time freedom, being able to work for myself, being able to help others and lead others, being able to choose when I get to work, when I want to work, being able to be rewarded for exactly how...
So we're going to stop it here. We're going to stop it early. From the outset, the first thing that she says is she loves Monat. It's answered every single prayer that she could ever have hoped for, which if it has, I applaud this girl. She's clearly in the top 1%. But she says that Monat offers her financial freedom, time freedom, the ability for her to work whenever she wants, from wherever she wants. And these are key selling points, because this is the dream that they're selling. And let's see if she contradicts that, and if that is accurate as to what most people experience when they're actually part of an MLM.
Exactly where I'm meant to be and what I'm meant to do. So if there are any of you watching this and you're thinking, wow, I want all those things too, but I'm not going to get there at this corporate job, I'm not going to get there teaching, I'm not going to get there being a nurse, I'm not going to get there being a doctor, whatever it is, take 5 minutes to just look into this and this crazy thing that I'm doing, because it's really not crazy. It's really not crazy. What's crazy...
So let's stop here. I promise we're gonna like watch more of it before I keep interrupting, but it's super interesting how she's positioning being in an MLM to some really reputable careers. Like if you're in a corporate job, or if you're a nurse or a doctor and you're not getting where you want to be, like drop it all, quit your job, and sell vegan skin and hair care products, to me is a little crazy. I think she's comparing her role to some people that have been studying for years, put themselves in financial debt to get where they want, and it's kind of manipulative to be like, just drop that, you'll make more money. You're not. I can promise you that if you were a doctor in most countries in the world, you will definitely be making more of a living and actually doing something really good for society compared to the bottom level of an MLM, which you're 99% likely to actually lose a lot of money, especially at those bottom couple of levels. So let's see what else she has to say.
Is that more people aren't doing this. That's what's crazy. And so, and I know it's probably like, oh, that's easy for you to say, you're in this thing. You guys, I never saw myself doing this. Even when I first started looking into Arbonne and looking at, different girls' Instagrams, including my sponsor, Courtney, I would look at their Instagrams and think to myself, oh yeah, this isn't me, right? Like, I'm a goofball. I'm a nerd. This is just not me. I'm not like this. And lo and behold, that was just another excuse. That was another reason for me to continue putting off living my absolute wildest dreams. And the crazy thing is, they're not that wild. Like, the dreams that you have, I promise you, are not that wild. If you want to go quit your job and move to another country for an entire year and still be making an income, that you can do that. You can do that. That's actually a dream. Arbonne comes with me. And because of that, I get to have a continuous income. And that's beautiful. Like, that literally is the dream, right? What's the dream? If I were to ask any of you, like, what is your true dream? Sure, you want to have the wealth, right? But you probably also want to have the time freedom. What job is going to give you that? Sure, you want to, travel the world, but you don't want to be a gypsy doing it, right? You want to still be making your money. You basically want to have your cake and eat it too. And I'm telling you, network marketing, Arbonne, can do that for you. It can do that for you. And I want you guys to know that network marketing, Arbonne, social marketing, whatever you want to call it, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme by all means. And I think that's why people have a negative stigma of it, because they just assume, hey, I'm going to sign up and start my Arbonne business, and then I'm going to be making $5,000 tomorrow. That is not it. I work extremely hard for the income that I make, but there has never been anything more rewarding than what I do right now. And the crazy thing is, I love it. Like, I love working so hard. I love working so hard because I am putting together the life of my dreams, and I literally, I can see it.
Okay, we're gonna stop her there. So much to talk about. Okay, so she mentions that it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, which I think is great. I'm glad she's disclosing that, because again, a lot of them kind of say that this is super easy, you're gonna make so much money, and it's get-rich-quick. She's telling them that it's not. What's contradictory about this is she just said, like, you can work from anywhere in the world and you have time freedom. When you say time freedom, it means that I have more time to travel or spend with my family and friends or my kids if I'm a parent. And I think it's so interesting that she's then in the next breath saying that she's never worked harder. She's never worked harder in her life than for this business, and that is 100% accurate, because for MLMs, you have to be constantly expanding your network, trying to recruit people under you, trying to sell products to people that are your family and friends. And if they've already bought your products and you can't repeat purchases, you're struggling to find new people. So you're sending cold messages and sending random invites to recruitment for random people on social media that like or comment on your posts. So she's saying that she's never worked so hard, and that is 100% contradictory to that whole kind of part-time work from your phone mentality that these MLMs sell. Start a business from your phone is one of their biggest selling points, and time freedom is another. And she's telling us that she's never in her life worked so hard.
I can see my life. I can look into the future and say, oh my God, all the time, and be like, isn't this absolutely insane that we are going to be debt-free before we're 30? We are probably going to own multiple properties and have even more streams of income. We will have lived outside of the country for at least a year, and we will be able to do all that with complete peace of mind because I have a continual stream of income coming in every month. And not only that, it increases. If I want to work a little bit harder, my income's going to increase a little bit. And that's the cool thing about network marketing, you guys. Okay,
we're going to stop there again. She mentions that she has a continual stream of income and that increases over time. So what else has it in a continuous stream of income? a 9 to 5 job, somewhere where you sign up for a salary and you know you're getting a continuous stream of income. Now, her point around, it's continually increasing over time, that's accurate. I think with most jobs, like you get promoted, maybe you get an annual raise that like is in pace with inflation, and in an MLM, if she sells more products, maybe she gets more money. What she's not saying is that there is a high likelihood in MLMs that you actually reduce your stream of income every month as well, because it's incredibly volatile, which is interesting because like if she recruits a bunch of people and they buy a bunch of products and all her VIP customers buy more products from her, she can make a ton of money in 1 month. The difference is next month, if one of her recruits sells no products or someone leaves the business through forces that are outside of her control, she can essentially halve her salary or her monthly income from this company. And she hasn't mentioned that. She's only kind of painting this picture that it's always going to go up, and that is 100% false. There are so many factors outside of your control within MLMs that mean you could actually lose more money every month than you're making. So super predatory, not 100% accurate, and I think it's important that people that are looking to join these businesses do the research that they need. They read the financial disclosures, they know what they're getting into before they take statements like this for fact.
Work, it will work. If you work this business, there's no way it won't work. The only reasons why people do not succeed in a company like this is because they don't work hard enough. They have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. When I joined this business, I was like, all right, let's go 2 feet in. We're going 2 feet in. And I've reaped the benefits of that. And I did not stop and I did not quit because I knew what was possible. And so many people are not successful in this because they don't have a big enough reason why they're doing it. They don't see the vision. They don't see the success.
Okay. So again, we have way more to dig into right here. She says that the only way that this business won't work for you is if you don't put both feet in and you don't give it your all and you don't work hard enough. She's essentially throwing it back on the person, saying if you join this, it's hard work, but the only reason that you will fail is if you don't work hard enough, which again is super toxic from a recruitment standpoint, especially from a company culture around like you have to work super hard to get your like meal at the end of the day. But what I find so interesting is like, let's actually look at Arbonne's 2019 financial statement. We can see that the average consultant or the average distributor earned $502 a year. $502 a year was the average salary. It's hard to believe that all of those people are earned, like from the hundreds of thousands of people they have working for their company, and the average is $500, that all of them just aren't working hard enough and they don't have a purpose. I think she was really correct when she said that a lot of people aren't successful in these businesses, and that is 100% correct, but she qualifies it by saying that it's because they don't have a bigger reason, like a big enough reason why, or they don't know why they're doing this and they don't have that drive to make more money. And that's again 100% false, because the business model that they're part of is not there for them to succeed. Because of the way that multi-level marketing companies are actually structured, it is there to give people at the top the money, and the people at the bottom are bringing the money in and spending their own money to be a part of this like pyramid-like scheme structure thing. So in pyramids, the bottom 75% of people have to lose money so the top 25% of people make money. So it's not just because these people aren't working hard, it's because the business is not designed for them to succeed. And she may be super successful, like maybe she is in the top 1% and that's really great for her and, happy for her and her success, but it's manipulative to be selling this dream that the only way that you can fail is if you don't work hard enough. Because actually the only way that you can fail is by joining this and not being in the 1%.
That was the biggest thing. If you quit in network marketing, obviously you're going to fail. And I feel like people like to compare it to, a normal, let's say corporate job or whatever, retail, sales. It doesn't matter what other kind of job. You can be bad in other types of jobs. People bash network marketing because they're like, oh, well, only 1% gets to the top. Well, only 1% gets to the top in your corporate world. Like, it's the same thing. It's just you need to be aware of the excuses that you're creating for yourself and why you can't jump in and create a life that you've always dreamed of. Be aware of your...
Ooh, okay. Let's jump into that. So I think it's super interesting that she actually does admit that only 1% make it. And she just says like, yeah, only 1% make it, but like in corporate, only 1% of people are at the top as well, which is like a massive distinction, because in corporate, the difference is that yes, only 1% of people are at the top of kind of these big corporations, whether they're in like the C-suite, like CEO or chief marketing officer or chief financial officer, etc. Like 1% of people make that rank. But there's the difference in that you don't have to be in the top 1% of a corporation to actually make money and make a livable salary. So you could comfortably live a life in middle management. You can be in like the bottom 50% of a company. You are still making a salary. You still get sick leave. You still get annual leave. You still get healthcare benefits. You get bonus payouts. You get leave. Like, you are working towards something and it's 100% livable, and you can support a family of 3 or 4 on kind of like being in the middle of a corporation. The difference being that if you're not in the top 1% of these MLM companies like Arbonne, you actually don't make a livable salary and you're losing money. So there's a massive difference, and I think it's kind of a manipulative comparison to make. And like, interestingly enough, for Arbonne, like 91% of the company is making less than $3,000 a year. So that tells you why if you're not at the top, you're nothing. Whereas in a corporation, you don't have to be at the top to actually live a comfortable life.
Here, it's all up here. This is the only reason why you are not living the life of your dreams. And once you can control what's up here, literally the world is your oyster. And so, going off on a little tangent here, which happens with me because I get so passionate, but all I'm doing in Arbonne, you guys, all I'm doing in Arbonne is something that you are already doing. So let's say you really liked my headband, right? And you're like, where'd you get that headband? I love it. And I'd tell you, hey, it's that Lululemon. And then you'd go to Lululemon, you'd buy it. And someone else would ask you, hey, where'd you get that headband? I love it. Lululemon. Then you'd go buy it. Did Lululemon like compensate you at all for that referral? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And they're not going to, and they're never going to. In Arbonne, any referral I get that gets brought to me, any referral, I get compensated for that. All I'm doing is trying Arbonne products, which I have fallen completely in love with. I wholeheartedly believe we have the best products in the freaking world, consumable products in the world. We ban over 2,000 ingredients. Here in the US, only 10 to 15 are banned. If that doesn't freak you out, I don't know what will. So it's not hard to fall in love with these products. So I've done that, right? And now all I want to do is just share it with everyone because I truly believe these products will change your life.
Okay, let's stop here. I love kind of the tactic that she's going for here. It's this this mentality of like, we're already referring people to products that we know and love and we're not getting paid. So why wouldn't we join an MLM when we're already doing this for free in our lives? She uses her headband for an example, like saying, you know, if people ask me where I got this and I tell them it's Lululemon, I'm not getting a commission for that. And I think it's interesting because if you think about it, and I'm going to use myself as an example, how many products do you honestly recommend in a month? Like, let's say someone is like, Andrew, I love your t-shirt, I love your shoes, where'd you get them? And I told them this is where it is. That would happen maybe a couple of times in a month. I don't know, maybe that happens more to you. Maybe people just don't like my style. But if you think about it, if you're getting a 15% commission off of every time you tell somebody something, you need to remember that, is that enough to actually supplement a whole salary? If I tell 10 people where I got my shirt in a month, is 15% of the cost value of this shirt going to actually pay my bills? It's not. And so I think it's this comparison of like, you're already doing it so many times anyway, but you're not doing it hundreds of times a month. Like, people aren't asking you 100 times a month for where you got something. So they have to push, they have to constantly cold message people, they have to constantly make their networks bigger, and it is them who has to like actually actively find people to sell these products. It's not as easy as like you naturally going through your life and everyone's going to ask you where your skincare routine was and you're like, oh my god, it's Arbonne, my skin's amazing and flawless, go buy it, and making a living. 15% of every time you refer something is not enough to make a living.
This is like where network marketing, I've fallen in love with network marketing, social marketing, whatever you want to call it, is the community. Like, my job and all of our jobs in Arbonne, I'm like looking to the side as if there's others here with me. I constantly feel like they're with me in my heart. It's crazy. Our job is to empower others. Our job is to show others that, hey, your corporate 9-to-5 or your retail job or your barista job is not the end all be all. Is your current situation going to give you the life of your dreams? Is it going to truly, truly give you the life of your dreams? If the answer is no, I almost beg you to take a look at network marketing, not for my own benefit, but for yours. When I come on here and share my heart, you guys, it's not for me. It's not for my success. It's for yours. Because I have had the success. Sure, I'm going to have more, but I've gotten to a point where I'm like, oh my gosh, this opportunity is absolutely life-changing, and it would be selfish of me to not shout it from the rooftops, to not scream it from a megaphone to every single person that I possibly know and can possibly reach, because the cool thing is this opportunity is open for everyone.
Okay, again, so much to dig into. She immediately says, like, this opportunity is for everyone and it's the best opportunity, and she's not sharing about this for her success. This is purely for us, the viewer, and that's 100% false. I think she's not being transparent at all. We know how these structures work. She is incentivized to get more people to reach out to her, to sign up under her team, so she makes more money. There is a direct incentive for you to actually be a part of her team. And I think it's a bit shady that she's saying, like, the only reason she's doing this is for the goodness of her heart, which is just not accurate. I'm sure she's a lovely woman. I'm sure she has good intent, but she has a financial incentive behind that, and I think she needs to, like, own that a little more if she wants to be truly credible and authentic. I think as well, she kind of is, again, predatory in that mindset of, if you are not living your current dreams, I beg you to look into this opportunity. I think everyone in kind of the start of their career or middle management, they're not living the career of their dreams. They're not doing everything they want. They're not living, like, the life that they want, but you work hard enough to get there. And I think it's preying on these younger people who are currently in a rut maybe, and potentially convincing them to leave a steady job for this, which again, I don't think she's representing the opportunity of what an MLM actually is accurately. So it could be misleading to a lot of people who may invest money into this and then lose it in the end of the day.
And so last thing I'll say is, it's scary to take a risk. It's scary to take a risk, but a risk not taking is a risk in itself. And I'll say that again. A risk not taking is a risk in itself. You might be scared of the risk of starting an arbonne business because of failing. I was too. But I'm telling you right now, like, I will not let you fail. I won't let you fail. If you fail, it's your fault. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because I am here, and I will push you. I will light that fire under you. I will give you all the tools to success. I will do everything in my power to help you succeed, but you have to want it for yourself, and I can't instill that in you. So like I said, a risk not taking is a risk.
Okay. She said the quote, "From the bottom of my heart, I mean it. I will not let you fail. But if you fail, it's your fault." Tell me that is not the most toxic, manipulative sentence you've ever heard. It's putting it straight back onto the person who wants to join, saying, like, I am not going to let you fail. I'm going to work so hard. I'm going to give you the tools to succeed. And if you fail, it's all your fault because you didn't work hard enough. Now, that is, like, completely unacceptable. I think it's wholly representative of this whole business model of, we need to sell you this dream, like, and then if you fail, we can just say that you didn't work hard enough, which I think is super sketchy. She also contradicts herself. If I'm not going to let you fail, but if you fail, it's your fault, am I going to fail? Like, are you setting me up to fail? Like, can I fail? I thought you said, like, no one can fail in this business if they don't work, if they, like, work super hard. So that's interesting. And I think as well, like, let's go back into the details of, like, let's make this a fact-based discussion. If we go back into the details of Arbonne's financial disclosure, this is what you actually need to succeed. And it's not, you know, working hard. It's, you need to buy $1,000 worth of product to maintain your rank. Let's say you're a district manager, which is like one above from the bottom. You need to sell $1,000 or buy $1,000 worth of product from Arbonne to then sell every month to maintain your rank. You also need to recruit 4 people under you who then recruit 2 more people each. So they are actually actively spending another $1,000 each on product a month, which you're getting commission on. And the people that are at this level are making an average of $3,000 a year. So when she says it's just hard work and you know, the only reason you're not going to fail is because you don't want it enough, that's false. What you actually need to succeed is to give the company monthly payments. You need to pay your own company to work for them by buying their products. You also need to recruit more people, and that's only to make $3,000 on average a year. So it's wholly discredited. It's not accurate at all. And I think as well, like, having this mentality of, like, I'm here to support and I'm not at all going to let you fail, but if you do, it's your fault. Again, it just kind of encompasses this whole business model of this predatory practice. And this is terrible for her to say anyway.
to failure, but you are taking a risk by staying in your current situation if you can't confidently say that in 5 years you will be exactly where you wish to be. And so I'll leave you with that. I'm so passionate about this. I wish I could just like grab everyone and like bring you all in and like shake you a little bit and say, hey, hello, this is the most amazing opportunity you could ever be a part of. And I'm so beyond proud to be an Arbonne consultant. I'm so beyond proud to have an amazing team of women and also men on our team.
Okay, I'm gonna end it here. You know, she wants to grab everyone and just shake you because it's such an amazing opportunity. Like, again, like, this isn't an amazing opportunity. Maybe it is for her, maybe she's in that 1%, but it's not. I think, again, it's a misrepresentation of what it is. I think people don't understand that the network in network marketing, like, you have to have a massive, like, network of people that want to buy your products and sign up under you. If you are just a normal average person with a couple hundred people on your social media, all you're going to be doing is selling to your family and friends and getting them to join you and roping them into this to actually make a living, which is terrible. So if you don't already have a massive presence, or you don't already have an established kind of structure of people that would want to buy from you or would like actually be part of your team from the immediate outset, you are not going to succeed. And like, a lot of people don't understand that, and she's not doing a really good job of being like unbiased. She clearly, obviously, like we said before, has an incentive for you to join because then she gets more money from your commissions. She gets like promoted in the company. But I think for a lot of these, I don't think these aren't terrible people. They're just part of a terrible business model. And I think they are doing themselves a disservice by not telling everyone the exact truth and what they can really expect, especially if they're part of the 99% that don't succeed. And that is the video for today. I had so much fun making this. I thought it was super interesting, even myself, just kind of like going through step by step and debunking a lot of the claims that they make. Not to single out this Arbonne rep in isolation, but a lot of the reps for and distributors for these companies like Arbonne, Monat, Beachbody, you know, Avon, all of these companies, they all have the same talking points. They all talk about the same thing, and they're all quite, you know, manipulative and coercive in the way that they expect people to join. They sell a big dream. 99% of people don't ever attain that dream, and they put themselves into debt to try. And so I think it's super important that we spread awareness and people know all of the information before they kind of take some of these videos as gospel and fact and think that it's just kind of a way that they can secure their financial freedom, when there are so many better ways for other people to do it, whether it's investing, even in the stock market, which I love, or even just starting your own business outside of some of these corporations and just, you know, bootstrapping it for yourself. Anyways, I've had such a good time making this video. If you want to see more anti-MLM content on my channel, please let me know in the comment section below. I want to make content that you love to watch and that I love to make, and this is definitely one of those categories. So please let me know and write a comment. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. I do have weekly videos that I hope you love. It really helps. It's free, you know, support a small YouTuber. And that is all from me today. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you all soon. Bye.